This video shows just how dangerous Mount Everest is actually to climb. Every step to the top is a step closer to death, basically. Bro's frozen to the ground. That's crazy. I think he's gonna turn back around right there. This video shows.
Hey, I want to.
Whoa, have you ever seen a balloon pop in slow motion? So if you watch closely, it pops from front to back. The same way a woman should wipe so she doesn't get any shit inside of her pussy. Whoa.
Yeah. Is that what the fuck I think it is?
Some people.
What are your thoughts on the following statement? Dating for women is like shopping, while dating for men is like a job interview that he's paying for.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
We feel like they're runner-ups and contestants.
If women have an abundance of choices, would women ever enter an arrangement where they weren't knowingly in control?
No.
So if women are the choosers, how are men the leaders?
Good question.
How can men lead if it's by women's terms?
I have no clue.
Are men leading when they subject themselves to rejection at a woman's discretion?
No.
So then why do we say that men are leaders when women are in control?
We want you guys to lead while we're still in control.
Thank you for being honest. What are your thoughts?
Weren't perfect, but I'll tell you what they didn't have. There were no safe spaces. There were no trigger warnings. And there were no fucking peanut allergies. Well, why? Because for thousands of years, the only people who could have children were ones who could hunt for food, build shelter, and fight saber-toothed tigers. Now, there are people having kids who can't eat wheat. Oh, but Christina, it's an allergy. You don't know. Well, I do know. I ain't fucking a guy that's scared of toast. Yeah. Let me tell you something. My favorite question when I go to a restaurant is when a waiter asks me, ma'am, do you have any food sensitivities? I can't fucking laugh hard enough. I'm like, no, boo-boo, no. No, I don't. I have zero sensitivities to anything fucking ever. Because I'm Generation X. '80s weren't perfect, but I'll tell you what they didn't have. There were no safe spaces. There were no trigger warnings. And there were no fucking peanut allergies.
Is it just me, guys, or is TV gone to shit? Turn it on, I'm like, oh, cool, new show, let's watch it. First episode was actually pretty good, got me into it. I'm like, hell yeah, let's watch this baby. Second episode, gay shit. Yeah, that one's done. Let's try another one. 5 minutes in, gay shit. Well, fuck it, let's try watching a movie. Oh, cool, it's called Death and Destruction to the World. No way it'll be gay shit in this. What do you know? More gay shit. Ew, you're a homophobe. No, I just don't want to see gay shit in every single fucking thing. That don't make me a homophobe. That makes me a normal motherfucking person. You know, maybe I'm just a weird one because I don't want to see gay shit all the fucking time. This show, gay shit.
How are you?
Hey.
Okay, first I want to give you this.
You can put it right here.
That just talks about your rights and responsibilities as a parent or guardian. It talks about HIPAA, so all your information is confidential to our department. And then I just want to ask a few questions.
So, I want to let you know that I did record our previous conversation on the phone. You explained to me that these calls that was being made to come to my residence were unfounded. You're showing up with the sheriff's department. I have a pending federal claim against the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, so I can't talk to you or interact with you at this point. I will be filing an injunction against your department. So if you can give me your business card, I'll add you into here. Just drop it right here. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
All right, that's it.
Take care.
Okay.
We got car number 85758.
How are you?
A hoe's final form is a religious woman. A hoe.
My mom got pregnant with me, and I was so tiny. She went to the hospital and take me out, and from her ass.
You did not come out of my ass. No.
Yes, I did. My mom got.
A hoe's final form is a religious woman.
My mom.
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size. You just call him short. We don't want a woman that's only going to base us based off our height. I'm the same way he doesn't qualify for you. With your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for. Give me a second. That's okay.
Do you want a hug? Okay, you guys are all just like really misogynistic.
How do you define misogyny? I'm just asking how you define misogyny.
Can I go?
The most attractive men you would ever see, I would turn them down immediately over some mid-white boy. You just made a categorization. So you said there's beautiful men and there's mid men. Why are you able to make an objective determination about someone's physical appearance, but you can't do that to yourself?
I will always consider myself a 10. I do what I want with the way I look.
How can, if it's...
Bro, you can calm down the specifics. You want me to say I'm like a 9? I don't care what you say. I really don't care what you think about how I look.
That's fine.
I'm like, well, it's really stressful. You're looking at a podcast with a big high looking at Marisa.
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size. You just call him short. We don't want a woman that's only going to base us based off our height. I'm the same way he doesn't qualify for you. With your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for. Give me a second.
Is it just me, guys, or is TV gone to shit?
Independent woman. I have 2 master's degrees and working on my PhD.
Have her bill independently separated from mine. Thank you.
Independent woman. I have 2 master's degrees.
Driving a new car. I'm too old for this shit. Too old for this shit. You're too old for this shit. Getting too old for this shit. I'm too old for this.
How does water get into a coconut? Like, I drink water, right? But a coconut don't drink water.
The liquid, which eventually reaches the coconut, is referred to as the endosperm. The endosperm acts.
Hey, look! Creamy tit, you all is drinking alcohol. No!
How does water get into a coconut? Like, I drink water,
what
right?
the fuck? I never do that. Shaman, what's good, bro?
Which eventually reaches the coconut is referred to as the endosperm. The endosperm acts.
Hey, look! Creamy tit, you all is drinking alcohol.
How does water get into a coconut?
It's called an endosperm. That's damn. I might not be able to do coconut water anymore. If I know what to do that. How you doing, Big Broski? Hope your day going well, my guy. We had the vice president was in our area today. He's over in the town next over. The next town over. Why can't I say that right? But so yeah, I left work a little bit early today. Because I know, like, once they try to get him back on the highway and shit, man, or get to the airport or wherever the fuck, however they traveling, that shit always fuck the highway traffic up. When a president or vice president come around this way, man, traffic just fucking sucks. They be having the state troopers out, make sure nobody's speeding or doing dumb shit, and it's just like, I told my boss, I was like, yo, with the VP in town, I need to leave early because I'm not about to sit in fucking highway traffic. Because they tried to get a presidential caravan to the goddamn airport or whatever. I'm not about to play them games. Not on the fucking Wednesday. But you're not about to do that. Oh man. So everybody at work, I'm about to skedaddle. Fuck up out of there. Not catching me on the highway today, buddy. Y'all can see them traffic jams for your mama. I ain't with the games, man. I ain't got time to play all these. Goddamn parking lot pimping games, man. Trying to get on the highway and get my ass to the fucking house. Period. Period. That's all I'm trying to do. Yeah, screw all that, man. Just because this fucker wants to come and give a speech about, well, the reason we're not releasing the Epstein files. Nobody ain't got time for that shit no more, man. Y'all done piss me off. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I ain't been a super supporter. I wouldn't call myself MAGA for shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't got the hat and the bumper stickers and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I did vote Republican this time because I thought it was the better option, but these motherfuckers done piss me off now and let me down. Well, not really, because most of the stuff that I voted for has worked, you know. Not that I'm homophobic or transphobic or none of that shit, but having that shit in the schools is something that I just think is weird, and I'm happy that they're forcing a lot of that shit out of the fucking public schools. All that weird ass DEI shit. Happy that shit is done and over with. You're not getting government funding for your fucking DEI programs anymore. And this whole immigration thing, I mean, it's rough. It's going to affect a lot of decent people, you know, because, like I said, I teach in a prison. And, you know, these guys are incarcerated because they committed some type of crime. That doesn't mean, like, they're not decent people. They did some dumb shit or made a mistake or had a lapse in judgment or whatever you want to say it. But that shouldn't define you as a person. And so, yeah, are some of the illegals, are they decent people? I could imagine so. But at the same time, you're still a criminal. I'm just saying, you're still a criminal, man. Like I say, my people and all the guys I deal with in the prison, y'all decent people, but y'all criminals. Y'all need to stop being a fucking criminal. Tell them that all the time. Change your criminal habits, man, and do something different. I don't got no sympathy in a lot of different areas. I can understand. I understand, you know. But do I have to be empathetic or sympathetic to that? Not really. Not really. I mean, there's laws on the book. You break the law, nigga, you should get in trouble for it. So I know, like I say, the whole immigration thing kind of touchy, but that's something I voted for. Get him the fuck out of here. But he's just an honest, hardworking man. He's a farmer, and he's just trying to send his kids to school. That's fine. Do that shit in Guatemala. Do that shit in Mexico. Do that shit in Honduras or wherever the fuck else. You know, but you're here illegally right now. At this moment, you're not supposed to be here. So you gotta go. But I've been here for 10 years. Yeah, and that's fucked up. That our system is so broken that you can fly under the radar and get money and do all this shit to invest in your family for 10 fucking years. And throughout that process, you're taking some of my tax dollars some kind of way. Because most of the time, the first thing these motherfuckers try to do is get EBT or housing or some weird ass shit, man. Like, nah, you still eating off the tax dollars. Don't eat off the tax dollars. My tax dollars should go to infrastructure, education, defense, not to illegal immigrants who just feel like they're entitled to some shit because they're here now. My child was born here. You should have thought about that shit, bro. You should have really thought about that. Give a fuck if your kid was born here. Where the fuck are you from? Mexico? Go back. And then they protested the fucking deportations by flying the flag of the country they don't want to live in. I don't understand that part. That don't make sense to me. You flying the Mexican flag, like, Viva la Mexico. Well, go to fucking Mexico. What are you doing? Why are you here? Well, if you don't want to get deported, you should be flying the American flag saying, we love America. We love, not fucking Viva Mexico. Then go live in Mexico and long live Mexico. But now, this motherfucker talking about we gonna release the goddamn JFK files, the 9/11 information, goddamn Epstein files, nothing. Nothing. You know? You did good on some parts, but not on all the parts. Did good on some of the parts, but not all the parts. Same bird, bro. Democrats and Republicans. And see, once again, that's the party. That's the different parties. I think this time with the Republican Party, not having a career politician is a plus. I think that was a definite plus because this motherfucker is not one of the DC bloodsuckers who've been in Congress or whatever for goddamn 35, 40 fucking years. Some of these motherfuckers sitting there for 40 years. 40 fucking years. Government issued cars and gas stipends and the best health insurance, insider trading investments. Like, man, you be in that shit for 40 years, bro. I can't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. Because in the last 40 years, y'all ain't do shit. Shit still kind of fucked up. So to have somebody who hasn't been, whose career hasn't been a part of the system for, an extensive amount of time, I thought that was definitely a plus. Get an outsider to come run this shit. Well, like Farrakhan said, it don't matter who the president is, if it's Democrat or Republican. These motherfuckers gonna do what Israel tell them to do. And that's all there is to it. They gonna do whatever Israel say. If Israel say jump, motherfucker, you better jump. When they say to hide some shit, you better hide some shit. You better deny some shit. Or else they gonna JFK your ass next. Get JFK'd out this bitch. Don't nobody want to see that. Nobody don't want to see your brains all over the nightly news. So if you want to keep your brains in your head, you gotta follow the goddamn game plan with little to no deviation. Little to no deviation from the game plan. You deviate too much, you start telling people too much of the truth, I'm gonna have to in broad daylight, right in front of your wife, right in front of your kids, put two in you. And I don't think none of these motherfuckers got the guts to become a martyr. The only person who got guts like that is Alex Jones. And that's why they ain't killed this motherfucker yet, because they know he will become a martyr. And everything he said about the government, people will be like, oh, he was fucking right. So you can't do that to certain people. You can't martyr certain people. And some people don't want to be a martyr. They rather go back in the Matrix and have their steak. I know it ain't real, but it tastes good and it feels nice. Just let me stay here plugged into the machine. It's too risky out there. It's too risky trying to be a real person in the real world. Can't be a real person in the real world. Talk about real shit. They're gonna fucking clip your wings, bro. Motherfuckers will clip your wings. But the scary part about it for this administration is, like, they lost a lot of their fan base with this Epstein shit. Even hardcore MAGA motherfuckers can't quantify, like, why is this happening? They're blowing fucking gaskets over this shit. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He definitely on the list. Well, Elon Musk. That's what Elon Musk told us. You know? Elon said he on the list. That's why he won't put it out. I can't goddamn snitch on myself. I'm not about to rat myself out. I plead the fifth. Fifth. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth. I plead of the fifth. The more you speak on it, the guilty he appears. That's why he's not trying to say shit about it right now. Motherfucker just want people to stop talking about it. Are we still talking about this guy, Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, man, we've been talking about him for a while. Yes. Yes, we have. I've been talking about 9/11 for what, 24 years now? I've been talking about 9/11 for 24 years, and I'm not going to stop talking about 9/11 because in my heart of hearts, and after all the research and reading and documentary watching I've done, that shit was an inside job, and nobody cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot convince me that our government didn't at least know what was going to happen. And that's what I'll give them, that one bit, that if we didn't plan, orchestrate, and fund 9/11 ourselves internally, the one thing is we knew it was going to happen and we allowed it to happen. You just allowed that shit to happen. But honestly, I think it was definitely funded, orchestrated, and carried out by different parts of our own government. And so just because you don't want nobody to talk about it no more, that don't mean we're going to stop talking about it. We not about to let that shit go. Well, I can't personally. I like conspiracy theories, especially when the theory part gets thrown out, and now it's just a conspiracy. Because one piece of solid evidence is no longer a theory. Here we have this. Prince Andrews. There we go. Bill Clinton on the flight log 27 times. 27 times on the flight log. The painting he has of George Bush and Bill Clinton, that shit right there alone doesn't sit right. You know? And then he got Bush in front of the Jenga towers with some paper airplanes. Like, what are you trying to say in this? Who painted this? What are you trying to say in this painting? You know? And we got some evidence. We got evidence. Henceforth, no more theories. It's not a conspiracy theory. This is a real conspiracy. You motherfuckers have conspired against the American public. You have conspired against the American public. I mean, ever since the Gulf of Tonkin and Bay of Pigs, we already know how this shit goes. But y'all motherfuckers ain't even sophisticated enough to hide this shit no more. Oh man. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Fuck. 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 That hurt a little bit. Wow. I feel so sleepy right now. Yeah, we can't let this shit slide.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hard to cross that finish line. Now it's time to celebrate those memories. At Michael's, we help you preserve your keepsakes.
what's up, y'all? This is Lee Wilson. I'm an international dance artist. I have so many projects coming out this year.
This nigga commercial pop up every fucking minute. Yo, what up? How you It's going to be a good painting when it's done, for sure. So we're now starting to add details to it. So we'll be working on this painting for the next month or so, maybe. Because this is going to be in addition to my biggest body of work, which is the Reader series. So these always have to be like top-notch, immaculate paintings. I mean, all my art is, but this is actually like my flagship series, what most people know me from. So these gotta hit really hard, you know. So we'll take the next, like say, couple weeks and try to work our way through this thing. This background is challenging a little bit because it's blurred out. So I'm trying to keep that same blurry effect to the background. It's not that fucking easy, and I'm getting confused in a lot of spots. But it'll be alright. Make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. I'm eager to write a new song. I gotta find me a beat that's, ouch, a beat that's inspirational. Hey, 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 hey. Yo, Puff, you still in here? You heard about Trap Dicky? I think Trap Dicky dropping his album this weekend, yo.
Baby mama's bill, pushing peace while serving peace. I'm the type to serve they nigga. Candy Rush can't chirp a nigga. They know I'm gonna stand no business. A lot of rappers leave their hood because they really don't run the city. Now baby girl quit flexing on me. I don't know why you
It's Friday.
The truth, don't worry about it. None of my baby mama's bill, pushing peace while serving peace. I'm the type to serve they nigga. Candy Rush can't chirp a nigga. They know I'm gonna stand no business. A lot.
So yeah, Trap Say you putting his official album out
So
on
they-
Friday. There you go right there. Trap Dicky, don't trip. Been waiting on this for a minute. Can't wait to hear what it sound like. I'm just happy somebody from our hometown. I I'm just happy somebody from the hometown is doing it big, you know? Like, about time somebody fucking blew up in the music industry. We've been trying to get at this shit for years. For years and years. We finally got us one. I done said this too, man. I'm not a big fan of his style of rap. I mean, that is, you know, that's just my own personal opinion. It is what it is, but I'm not particularly a fan of his style of rap. I'm just happy the motherfucker pushed the game long and hard enough to break through. And now he's like mainstream and everybody knows like we got talent where we from. They're trying to prove this to these people for a goddamn 50 years, man. We got talent down here too. We talented. We can rap. We can dress. We can sing. We can do all that shit. But finally, we got one. Made it to the big leagues. Got one to break through. Made it to the big leagues. I'm ready to hear that music, bro. Yeah, Trap Dicky gonna really set Carolina on fire with this one. Hopefully, I'm definitely gonna download it and stream it and share it. As long as we can keep pushing it and keep getting that momentum out there, that ain't gonna do nothing but open doors for everybody else, yo. Open some more doors. And my homie Kiki Benny with the beats, and then my other homie, his son starting to rap. Like, there's enough room for everybody now. As long as that door can stay open where, you know, people start looking at the state for different talent. Looking for that talent. And I think his cousin just went to jail too, yo. But oh no, I ain't gonna get the story wrong. I think his cousin just got locked up. And that motherfucker, he be rapping hard too. Like, you're either gonna goddamn straighten up and fly right, or keep trying to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out the game. And that ain't good, man. Because that 1 foot in, that shit'll catch up with you every time. That 1 foot in will catch up with you. I've been here? About an hour. Right at an hour. Like I said, I started a little bit earlier than normal, actually, because I left work early. But now I feel like I could definitely go for a nap. I feel like I could take a nap pretty easy right now. I can just fall right to sleep. I could fall right to sleep for about an hour or so. You know? Is the stream still up? My counter says 0 people.
Hey, Dougie, Nick. You Dougie. You drunk it? Dougie. Go get your nigga. Not you in here. You in here. Go right here. You in here. You Dougie.
Oh, you ain't
slap me. I'll slap you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, get that. I'll slap you. You Dougie. Kill you, nigga.
Oh!
I'll slap you. Oh! What am I talking about here? I'll slap you. Stop. Hold you up. All right, now.
Tried to help you. Man, definitely tried to help you.
I tried to help you. I tried to help you.
That was about. I ain't with no part of it. No parts of that.
Excuse me. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I seen you was drawing. I just wanted to come talk to you real quick.
Yeah, it was just nice to sketch and stuff like that.
You in school? You say class?
Yeah.
Girl, I go there too. I ain't never seen you though.
Really?
I was just on campus today. I ain't seen you.
Hello?
Everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes. So everyone can gift it, work in it, and take it. Whether it's one of a kind or one for your whole team, if you need it, we print it with 15% off select clothing at VistaPrint.com.
VistaPrint. I use VistaPrint.
It's bad that rich people are getting richer. It's bad that everyone else is getting poorer. And it's especially bad that young people can't afford homes. Let me just put a very precise point on this. If you want a measure of how your economy is doing, my measure is really simple. I got a bunch of kids. Can they afford houses with full-time jobs at like 27, 28? And the answer is no way.
The last thing I want to bring up is they had their Turning Points meeting. Charlie Kirk's big get-together with all the college kids, conservative college kids. Tucker Carlson gave a speech where he lamented the state of the economy in the United States and how it doesn't work for regular people anymore. And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is they flood the country with cheaper labor, which is exactly why they have had open borders. That's certainly one reason why they did that, so that poor workers would be fighting against even poorer, more desperate people, and instead of coming together and fighting the establishment. But that's another story. But here's what Tucker Carlson had to say, what's going on.
At some point, the basic economics really matter, and they matter because not that it's bad that rich people are getting richer, it's bad that everyone else is getting poorer. And it's especially bad that young people can't afford homes. Let me just put a very precise point on this. If you want a measure of how your economy is doing, I personally favor eliminating GDP as a measure. I don't even know what that is. It's clearly not relevant. They tell me Japan has a stagnant GDP. Have you been to Tokyo? It's the single most radicalizing experience you'll ever have because it's just so nice. You lost the war? Really? Can we lose a war and wind up like this? No. I don't know what even that is, the total economic activity. Oh, no. My measure is really simple. I got a bunch of kids. Can they afford houses with full-time jobs at like 27, 28? And the answer is no way. The answer is that 35-year-olds with really good jobs can't afford a house unless they stretch and go deep into debt. The total disaster. That's a complete disaster. Why? Two reasons. One, if people don't own things, they don't feel ownership of the country they're in. And the country gets super volatile because people feel like they've got nothing to lose. When you have a lawn, trust me, you're thinking long term. Second, it's really hard to have a family without a house. It is. It's like super fun to live in an apartment if, there's like a bar downstairs, you're in a cool neighborhood. I'm in East Village, it's so cool. Try to have 3 kids, you're not going to have 3 kids. No, you can't. Nobody wants to raise their kids in that neighborhood. Nobody wants to raise their kids in an apartment. People do it because they have to. Nobody wants to. People want a little house, not some McMansion, just a little normal house. That is the actual American dream. And that is what is totally unattainable for young people. And so the only young people in general that you will ever meet who have houses are young people whose parents help them. And God bless their parents. That's a perfectly great thing to do for your kids. But most people's parents can't afford to do that. They're already in debt from their pointless college degree. So that is a national emergency. One of the reasons it's happening is because normal people with normal jobs no longer believe they can win in this system, and that all the money is going to the worst people. And no one even stops to ask what the hell is going on. But what I'm saying is that our leadership class should say something about it and should assign a moral value to it. And if you're getting rich by loaning money to people at incredibly high interest rates, that's something you're going to have to talk to God about. That is not good. That is not virtuous. That's disgusting. And the fact that nobody feels free to say that, nobody feels like you can just say like 30% on a credit card? Why is anybody paying a credit card bill? Because they always say, like, if the very rich, if you borrow enough from a bank, you're kind of in charge of the bank. You're going to pay them back, so they're totally happy to negotiate terms with you. But if you borrow a little bit from the bank, they'll just take your house away. So what if people got together and just decided, wait a second, 30% interest is a lot, especially since they're pushing credit cards on kids like crack.
So we'll stop it there. What is your response to that? That's in front of a conservative audience. He's getting cheers and applause. He's had the leading conservative news show in America, still does. He's making that case. Well, and he's saying that where workers are being exploited and the banks are exploiting them with 30% interest. What's your response to that?
I believe he's 100% correct in terms of home ownership. Like you have to have some
skin in the game.
You have to have some skin in the game.
There you go.
I believe when you see the sort of anarchy we see, people
That's the
running
whole point,
around
nobody ain't got skin in the
out
game.
there, doing insane things like throwing a rock at an ICE officer in a cop car or something like that.
And
Those
that's
aren't
why I
homeowners.
care.
You need a little bit of
And that's why I care about politics, and I try to listen and see what these motherfuckers are doing, because I'm a homeowner. I own 2 properties. And my taxes fucking kill me. They're killing me. And it's hard for me to save for other shit, because property taxes and federal taxes and city taxes, state taxes, all this other shit, man. It's just so fucking expensive. Like it eats most of your fucking paycheck. But I also think that anybody who's like, why are you sending the migrants away? They're not migrants, they're illegal aliens. They're here illegally. And if anybody wants these people to stay, you must not be a homeowner. Do you pay taxes? Do you know how expensive taxes are to have other motherfuckers here illegally? And for them to be subsidized off of our fucking tax dollars, I don't like it at all. Sorry for you. You need to leave. You need to leave. My taxes are too fucking high as it is. And I know that you get a free fucking ride from me and being a good citizen and paying my taxes. And to me, that's very, very, very unfair. Why are they trying to send all the workers away? Blah 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 blah. You must be on home shit. Or not unless you own a business that employs illegal immigrants for basically slave wages and creates a serf creates a serf class, or fucking basically indentured servants is what you're making. And that's against the Constitution. The Constitution says, jeez. Neither slavery nor indentured servitude shall be allowed in this country unless you're in prison. Now, if you go to prison, you're a slave. They make that very clear. But I don't see how having migrants work for dollars below what you would have to pay an American citizen to do the same job. I don't see how that's not indentured servitude. I don't see how people can't view it that way. And hence, it is extremely illegal for you to be here, and it's illegal for the companies and businesses to hire these people for slave wages. I don't see how anybody can defend that. I don't see how you can have a moral argument for illegals being here. Well, they've been here for 10 years and they started a family, so what? So what? Cry me a river, oh, oh, cry me a river. Who's gonna cut my grass? Who's gonna clean my house? Damn, that's the only way you see these people? As low servants? Once again, indentured servitude. That's how they look at these people, as only labor workers. Only thing we want you to do is cut grass and do roofing work. Go pick strawberries. It's a serfdom, man. That shit is wild. And we couldn't do that shit in no other country.
To own a home, it changes everything. You go, I can't drive uninsured because if I get into an accident, I'm going to get sued and they're going to take my home. That's my highest asset. You know what I mean? Like, I totally agree, home ownership. super important. And I believe there's probably a bunch of different ways. I mean, we should treat it like the Manhattan Project, you know, where we just go, look, let's get everybody left and center just to go at this. You know, I say it all the time. I said it yesterday. I know plenty of people live in Los Angeles that make 35, 40, 45K a year. A decent home is $1.8 million. That's a decent home. That's not even a nice home. That's not. I'm just saying a safe in a safe-ish neighborhood is $1.8 million bucks. That's not a, you know, there's no pool with a slide on it or lazy river going around that place. It's just a safe-ish place. That's insane. And there's different ways to approach that problem. For me, as a former builder, I want to deregulate. I want to cut a bunch of red tape. I want to expedite a bunch of stuff, and I want houses being built. And we make it too expensive and too difficult. Agree with him, handing out credit cards.
I don't agree with that. I think there's already enough housing. There's already enough structures already built in this country. Like, there are so many hundreds of thousands of unoccupied dwellings. Like, motherfuckers got buildings and houses and apartments and everywhere that motherfuckers don't even use. How about we utilize the housing we already have? Can somebody figure out a way to do that? I don't know. I guess I got a lot of wishful thinking. A lot of wishful thinking going on, you know, and I don't get paid to think, so I'm really just wasting my time. I don't get paid to think. You know? My ideas. Who gives a fuck about my ideas? Do I need... Looks like I need some yellow ochre. A little bit of yellow ochre. All right, we're right a little bit over an hour. I'm gonna try to find a good stopping point here, guys. No, what the hell is this?
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
From breaking down the details of the entire Epstein cover-up,
The guy with the island and the mansion without any money, whose friends were billionaires and was at the highest levels of society, who had cameras in his bathroom on suicide watch in the most heavily surveilled prison block in America, hangs himself because the guards fell asleep and the cameras didn't work. That's not a conspiracy.
to roasting all of the people involved.
And then he goes on Joe Rogan and he's like, listen, do you think if I had it, I wouldn't share it with you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I do believe that 100%, especially when you're staring at me like this, telling me that.
This is 40 minutes of comedians all reacting to the recent Jeffrey Epstein situation.
There was no this.
Starting off with Matt and Shane first breaking the news on episode 567.
Yeah, you know, Epstein's innocent, bro.
That's the funniest development. Like, we are going to unveil the truth once and for all. Turns out the guy was just a fucking
regular guy
struggling in the world just like all of us. That was some bullshit, bro. Also, innocent of what? He was literally a guilty pedophile. He was busted and they sealed the records the first time.
Was it like 1,000 women?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like you're bragging on his behalf.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. I was like, if he was a one-man operator. I mean, at some point, you gotta get this guy.
Will Chamberlain.
Tip your hat.
Jeffrey Epstein. But he was also playing in the minor leagues.
He wasn't the minor leagues. Those are AAA. He's playing on the Harrisburg Senators.
Yeah, it'd be, you know, imagine if you just owned a booth in the mall being like, you want to be a model? You could pull Epstein up next to me.
Stephen Hawking.
It is, I mean, this isn't funny, but like,
how would you like to meet the biggest dorks around the globe?
Well, it's also
in one island.
Crazy to be like having like a gang of like 14-year-old chicks and be like, ladies, meet Stephen Hawking. And they're like, oh my God, what the He's
Come here.
Stardust, we are essentially. What? That's so weird. Oh my God, that's so random.
Ew, Steven's weird. I'm at the party. I don't know who I want to go home with tonight.
A Saudi prince who's all the world leaders. Like, what the hell? That guy's weird.
Obviously, this whole blackmail ring, you know, that is tied in American presidents, Israeli prime ministers, the royal family. This is all allegedly, obviously. Now that we know that that is completely false, and all these people were just good friends.
Yeah.
You know, they were just like hanging out. Like Bill Gates going to like someone who has already been convicted of just going to his house to talk business is like a normal thing, right? There's no way that this is like some entrenched blackmail scheme, intelligence scheme. Impossible. That would be impossible.
I don't know why they wouldn't just be like, yo, it's Prince Andrew. Because isn't he already besmirched?
Right? But now I think we gotta forgive him.
Yeah.
We gotta forgive him. We
Yeah,
gotta
just
unmarch.
a picture. Yeah.
Just took a picture of the girl who accused him of being. And then, like, I mean, why don't we just ask that girl one more time if that girl, if she's dead.
Yeah, she took her own life.
Probably from lying. That was the guilt of lying about all this. That's what got her.
Akash, as Cockeyed Cash said, he said, we cannot re-victimize these girls.
Yes.
Right? Because that's what these girls want the most.
Oh, right.
They don't want justice that they've been clamoring for the last few decades. They don't want to be re-victimized.
Yeah.
So every time they say, hey, please, can you just get those bad guys who does stuff a lot?
Yeah.
What do you think they mean when they say that?
Don't victimize me.
Don't victimize me. Like, do it, but don't do it.
I've already been through being a victim once. This is worse victimhood. Is justice.
So you're telling me there's 1,000 girls that have been by Epstein and none of his cohorts.
Correct.
None of his cohorts.
So they should be celebrated.
None of them want to be. You're right. Finally, justice is served.
Justice.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because right now, as we record this podcast, this is like breaking people's like political alliances and beliefs and brains.
Right.
Because this is obviously one of the most obvious funny gaslightings that we've had as a country. So people.
It tells me that Giannis works for the wind company.
Yeah, right. So it's just funny, everyone's talking about, because this is just, you know, Alex Jones cried, which was fun to watch.
Because he's saying, how could this be happening?
He just cried.
Because he's
He
like,
goes, how could you do this?
yeah.
Yeah, he's going like, hey, he's been doing good, and I just can't.
What was his point, though?
His point is, like, because it's such a hard thing to have dissonance on, the cognitive dissonance, because everyone knows that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset. I mean, it's so
from
obvious.
Mossad.
Either Mossad or CIA or both. I mean, it's just so obvious. I mean, it's like saying if there was chocolate chip cookies on this table, and I said those are chocolate chip cookies, everyone would go, those are chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
If you said no, those are actually chessmen cookies. Yeah. People would go like, no, this guy's lying.
The chocolate chip.
Yeah. So they go like, something's up with this guy.
Yeah.
So we're at that point where everyone kind of knows that what's happening now is people are going, no, those aren't chocolate chip cookies, those are chessmen cookies.
Right. Now I just want to eat cookies.
Because I mean, it's just everything you find out about the players involved, you just go, this just doesn't make sense. Because now they're saying there was no Epstein client list and he killed himself. And then this is the funniest part. They released the footage outside his jail cell, and then there was like a jump in the footage.
And they released the footage from the cell, the 2 floors down.
It wasn't even his cell.
It's like around the corner. CompuZilla, the legend, was on the case immediately.
Shout out to Suspended.
I love this guy.
And
love you, dog.
he did like a whole sort of like 10-minute video on the 10 hours that was released from the jail.
And
which originally they said there was like no videotape of his cell, so they released footage nearby that his cell is actually like around the corner, like up the stairs or something. And so they show the video with a minute missing. That minute, according to Pam Bondi, is from when the cameras like reset. So you know, like you got the footage and then it resets. So like basically the camera goes.
That's a good recording device. Yeah. Like if you wanted a recording device to record every second of a day, just in case something happened, it would probably be security jail in the world. It would probably be pretty smart for there just to be a minute-long gap.
Yeah, periodically, like over and over.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11 Labs. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try 11 Labs for free and start elevating your content today.
Weight Loss by Hims includes personalized treatment plans with options like GLP-1 injections or oral medication kits designed to help you lose weight so you can gain confidence and feel healthy. Plus, get guidance on nutrition, movement, sleep, hydration, and answers when you need them. 100% online. With Weight Loss by Hims, you have so.
By the way,
I watched section of all.
Yeah, in this I watched section. And by the way, there was no video.
Yeah.
The other camera original function 10 days before.
Yeah.
Stopped recording 10 days before. But you know that as you film your stand-up shows.
All the time.
Yeah, you'll film and then 1 minute in the middle of the hour. Yeah. But they said that they're going to release footage from the day before and the day after to prove that the minute misses every single day at the same time because every day it records.
Oh, that's you can't doctor that now.
Resets.
Now,
I got some slow ass editors.
Is there any way?
And as the editor in charge of this project, I want to say that we're this close and perfection takes time. See, now I'm kind of liking the green. I spent 18 hours a day of the last 2 weeks working on color alone. White balancing a jail wall is hard as fuck. That's kind of gritty. I like that as a look. Hey, Cass, Brian here. What if we just go black and white? Whether I'm color grading, perfecting the EQ on room tone, converting files. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just kind of like it with the CrossFit. Better at saving now. I didn't have auto save last week. I lost like 6 months of work. And that's standard for any production. Notes are a slow moving process, especially when you have presidents involved, Congress people. There's a lot of cooks in this kitchen. And that's just our government. The foreign leaders take way longer. I spent a lot of last week rotoscoping out a spider that was driving me nuts on that wall. Okay, so I'm currently uploading a cut to Google Drive. Right now it says 7,452 hours remaining, but I find that speeds up as it goes. I'm also doing the best with what I have. Don't forget that multiple cameras accidentally malfunctioned that night. You know, it'd actually be fire if we do like a split screen of the jail guard and the cell. Actually, how do you do a split screen? Believe it or not, you can find tutorials for almost anything on Google right now. Split screen YouTube. And the video from the backup camera was unusable due to technical errors. Well, that one was actually my fault. I put one of the SD cards through the wash. That just crashed. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take lunch.
They got videotape, and all of a sudden they don't. You know, you have the director of the FBI on the show saying there's no. If there was, nothing you're looking for is on those tapes. Like, why? Why did they say there was thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible shit? Why did they say that?
Right.
Did Pam Bondi say that?
Yeah, she said it literally, I think, a week before you had the FBI director sitting here telling you there was nothing, right?
She said something about that there was like thousands of hours of tapes of people doing horrible crimes.
There is. And didn't the FBI dude say that there was nothing?
Cash Patel said there's nothing you're looking for. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to push back.
Right. No, of course.
Obviously, he's saying what he has to say.
Right.
Mystery surrounds the Jeffrey Epstein files after Bondi claims
Yo,
tens of thousands of videos. Tens of thousands. Jesus Christ.
There's nothing to know. That's what's really disturbing. You know who's on the list. You can write the list. Go to
How's everything? You know, when you catch me, I'm in here trying to do the little paint thing. You know, don't too much shit be changing with me. I do my little paint thing, and I move on about my way. You know, it's hump day. Hump day. Hope everybody's week is going well. You know, halfway through the week. Tomorrow is Friday Eve. Love me a good Friday Eve. You know? Love a good Friday Eve. I mean, Friday right around the corner. We're right at an hour and a half. I think I'm about to try to find a good stopping point right here, guys. I did come home a little early today, but at the same time, I'm kind of worn out today. I did my STEM class, and we had a great time, but towards the end, my kids wanted to play freeze tag. And they said I was it. So I'm out here chasing like seven-year-olds around. I can't do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't built like that no more. Damn. And it's about 90 degrees out too. Them little kids wore me out. I really do feel like taking a nap right now. I ain't even lying. But they had a great time, which means I had a great time. As long as they having fun, that's the only thing that matters to me. As long as they having fun. Them little motherfuckers greedy as shit too, man. So any other day, I always bring snacks. You know what I'm saying? Pre-prep snack bags. So I get a sandwich bag, and I'll put like a bag of chips and some gummies in there, and like a pretzel or something, or some cookies, something like that. Really sweet, sugary shit that they really don't need anyway. Cookies, chips, candy, and then we have I get like Capri Suns or Kool-Aid pouches or whatever for drinks. And so today we did homemade ice cream. It came out really good, and most of them ate their ice cream. And then, like after the ice cream, the one little girl was like, "Can we get snacks today?" She's like, "Where are the snacks?" The ice cream was the snack. You made your own snack today. That was the snack. She's like, "Yeah, but the other snacks." No, there aren't no other snacks today. For one, I only have one cooler. And it took everything. I mean, I could fit all the shit in the cooler that we needed to make ice cream. I had to have milk and heavy cream and ice and vanilla and sugar and everything else. And it's just like, no, the cooler was full with all the ingredients we need to make ice cream. So there was no room in the cooler for other snacks, especially when the project today is edible. You can eat that, and that's your snack for today. I was flabbergasted, man. These little motherfuckers talking about, where the snacks at? You just ate it. You had ice cream, right? You had ice cream at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, 10:30, 11, something like that. You just had a snack. Now, where's the snack? Let me see if I can get this stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna try to work my way through most of the background first before I start focusing on the foreground. So I really just want to get like this portion and this chair and some of these shadows done right here. And once we detail this area, I really need to work on this thing right here, this little pillar type thing. And then we'll start working on the figure and the leather couch. But this background is, like I said, it's not terrifically challenging, but just to kind of keep it loose and you know, to have that blurry effect to it is a weird thing to do like that, since I'm always like painting or trying to make my details as crisp as possible. But for this section of the painting, we will not have it as crisp as possible. Make sure all my brushes are clean. I disappointed myself the other day. I came up in here and had like a whole set of brushes just dirty with paint sitting on them. Luckily, it was just overnight and I was able to clean it up. But I always hate when I do that. Okay. All right. Oh boy. All right. Let me get up out of here, guys. Get that stuffy nose somehow. I sure appreciate everybody chilling in the studio with me this afternoon. Keeping me company with the comments. That's always my motivation. We will try it again tomorrow. Hope everybody has a terrific evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. We're out of here.